Coming in at number 37, we have Pittsburgh Pirates projected second baseman, Gleyber Peguero. Peguero was not very good in his limited time playing last year in 198 at-bats. He had 47 hits, 7 home runs, 237 batting average, with 26 RBIs and an OPS plus of 77. He was striking out a lot. He had a really low OBP of only 280. It just wasn't very good. He didn't walk. He walked 11 times in 213 plate appearances. That is a terrible, terrible rate. And he's their projected second baseman, and it looks like they're going to keep him in the majors, not send him back down. I think being sent down, he would be good for Gleyber Peguero, but they're not going to do it. So I hope for the best, because I really like him. He's a good young defensive second baseman, but I don't think he's I don't think he's major league ready. Coming in at number 36, we have free agent second baseman Jonathan Schoop. Schoop was not good last year, and 136 at-bats, 29 hits, no home runs, 213 batting average, 7 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 53. Schoop was not good. He's really fallen off as of late. His last good season was 2021. Do I expect him to get picked up? Yeah. Or at least invited somewhere for spring training. He's only 32. He's in that what should be his prime, and he's shown some really good promise as a young guy at age 25 with the Orioles. He was an MVP contender, top 12, I think, but he's just not been performing well. And I can't rank him as a starting second baseman, and that's kind of what the top 30 inclines is that you are willing to start for your team. So Schoop is at 36. Coming in at number 35, we have Boston Red Sox projected second baseman Vaughn Grissom. Maybe I'm just a Vaughn Grissom hater, but I do not see his talent of being a top prospect, of having all this hype around him. I think that the Braves trading him away for Chris Sale is a fleece, even though Chris Sale's been washed for a while. Just Vaughn Grissom, he's good in AAA, AA, but man cannot figure it out in the majors. 75 at-bats last season, 21 hits, 0 home runs, 280 batting average, 9 RBI, and an OPS plus of 78. He just wasn't good. A negative 0.7 WAR for the Braves last season. He was the last guy to play in 2023 for the Braves, striking out against Strom of the Phillies, I think. And they shipped him off. They didn't want him coming back. So yeah, he's just, maybe he'll get it together one day, maybe he'll get it together this year, and I'll look really stupid. But Vaughn Grissom, man, he's just not good in my eyes. Coming in at number 34, we have Chicago White Sox projected second baseman Nicky Lopez. Lopez is a good bench bat, and that is basically it. And he's not really even a good bat. In 225 at-bats last season, 52 hits, 1 home run with 231 batting average, 25 RBI, and OPS plus 75. And you look at that and you're like, how did he have 1.8 WAR? Dude is a defensive wizard. He makes plays that no one else can. He steals bags when he needs to, I guess. Nicky Lopez, he's a good player when he applies himself, I guess. It's just, if he raised the numbers up, even if it was just he was a more batting average guy, he didn't focus on homers like a Jeff McNeil type, dude would be a really great second baseman. He's just never gotten it together when it comes to the offensive side. He is entering his age 29 season. He is starting to hit his prime, so maybe he does hit a spurt where he shows some greatness, but I can't put Nicky Lopez that high with what numbers he's producing right now. Coming in at number 33, we have free agent second baseman Colten Wong. Wong was absolutely atrocious last year for the Mariners. In 224 at-bats, 41 hits, 4 home runs, a 183 batting average, 27 RBIs, and an OPS plus of, get this, 47? It doesn't make sense. And then he was decent for the Dodgers. He batted 300 for the Dodgers and only batted 165 for the Mariners. I don't get it. with that kind of stat line, that makes me think he'll get re-signed somewhere when he's over here hitting 300. But geez, man, like what a fall off. Like Colt, he'll get signed somewhere as a bench bat, but man, he should not be a starter after that season he had, unless what he did as a Dodger was a sign of things to come. Coming in at number 32, we have free agent second baseman Tony Kemp. Kemp was it was a worse Kemp year than we're used to. In 359 at bats, 75 hits, 5 home runs, 209 batting average with 27 RBIs and an OPS plus of 76. Below his totals, he had a -1 WAR, which for a guy who's been playing for like 10 seasons, it feels like at this point, and only having 3.5 WAR, but still having consistent playing time, and still, getting signed. Good for Tony Kemp. I think Colten Wong has better chances of getting signed than Tony Kemp does, but I think Tony Kemp is an overall better player just because of his utility. You can throw him in the outfield, you can throw him in most of the infield slots. Tony Kemp will play it. Defense is never a problem with Tony Kemp. It's just his offensive numbers are atrocious. But Tony Kemp, he'll be a great bench bat for a possibly contending team. Coming in at number 31, we have free agent second baseman Kiké Hernandez. Kiké Hernandez, a lot like Colten Wong, was terrible for the first team he played with, and then great with the Dodgers. In 465 at-bats last season, 110 hits, 11 home runs, 237 batting average with 621 RBIs and OPS plus 74. His defense was Kiké Hernandez defense. It was good. And obviously he does bring some value being able to play outfield, second baseman, and shortstop. His offensive numbers were down. This was he brought his season back by playing with the Dodgers. He did a lot well. He brought him back up to normal Kiké Hernandez numbers. His on base percentage was low, but his season was okay. He'll get picked up to be a defensive utility guy, but I don't expect him to get the second baseman starting role. Coming in at number 30, we have Kansas City Royals projected second baseman Michael Massie. Massie was fine. His batting numbers were good, I'd say. In 428 at-bats, 98 hits, 15 home runs, 229 batting average, 55 RBI, 6 stolen bases with that, and an OPS plus of 78. I would love to see him boost those numbers up a bit, especially that average stuff. But what are you gonna do? In the field, he was fine. He wasn't. I'm not gonna say he was the greatest second baseman known to man, but he was an average second baseman defensively, in my opinion. So I think he just needs to raise that average up a little bit. Definitely raise that on base percentage up, because it is not looking good with the 274 on base percentage. He's not walking a lot, he's striking out a lot. But Michael Massie, he's a work in progress, and I see good things for him. Coming in at number 29, we have a Milwaukee Brewers projected second baseman Brice Turang. Turang, I might be a little lower on strength than most people. I'm looking more at offensive stats and defensive stuff. You see a lot more good defensive second baseman than you do offensive second baseman. And I value offense more. And 404 at bats last season, 88 hits, 6 home runs, 218 batting average, 34 RBIs with an OPS plus of 62. And you wonder, how does he have 1.6 WAR with that? He was stellar defensively. He was just amazing. Could have been a Gold Glove contender, made some awesome plays in the season, but I need to see his offensive numbers go up, and maybe they will. He is just a rookie. This was his rookie season, and I could definitely see him building off of this. However, I can't rank him higher than people who have either done well in the past or people who were continuing doing well now. So yeah, Brice Turang at number 29. Coming in at number 28, we have Washington Nationals projected second baseman Luis Garcia Jr. Garcia Jr. was okay last year in 447 at-bats, 119 hits, 9 home runs, with a 266 batting average, 50 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 90, stole 9 bags. He's a good average, maybe below average second baseman. His defense could have a little bit of improvement. He's not the best defensive second baseman out there, but he is still good. I'm not saying that he's bad, but he could need some improvement there. But I definitely see Luis Garcia Jr. having a good year next year with a Nationals team that I think will do better than a lot of people project them to do. Coming in at number 27, we have free agent second baseman Jean Segura. Segura was atrocious last year. 301 at bat, 66 hits, 3 home runs, 219 batting average, 21 RBIs, and OPS plus of 52. When your average OPS plus is 97 and you're at 52 and you have negative WAR, that says nothing went right for you. His defense wasn't great. His offense was obviously terrible. He got traded to the Guardians for Josh Bell and was DFA'd, I think, immediately released. I expect he'll probably get like an Oakland A's contract or a team that's not going to be competitive, play there, maybe get flipped at the deadline, or just right off into the sunset and it'll be his last season. But I don't expect him to do anything much afterwards. Yeah, Jean Segura, number 27. Coming in at number 26, we have Detroit Tigers projected second baseman to start off the season, Colt Keith. Keith has never played in the majors, and that's why he's done this. I mean, I just know he got that really extended contract, 6 years, over $20 million for Colt Keith. But since he's never played in the majors, I kind of can't put him up that high. But trust me, the kid is good. In 126 games last season, he had 155 hits, 88 runs, 27 home runs, 101 RBI, 306 batting average, OPS of 932. I mean, he is a good young ball player. He's only 21. He's projected to be, well, he'll be 22, or he'll be 22 entering the season. And I think he'll be a good player. I can't put him that high considering he's never played in the majors, but I wouldn't be surprised if Colt Keith really goes up this list next year. Coming in at number 25, we have San Francisco Giants second baseman Thairo Estrada. Estrada had an average season last year, but he was good. I mean, at 495 at-bats, 134 hits, 14 home runs, 271 batting average, 49 RBIs, 23 stolen bags, and an OPS plus of 101. I mean, if you're getting the offensive stats like all that for a guy you're paying only $2 million a year for, I mean, you can't really complain that much with anything that he's doing. I guess you could maybe complain about defensive value, but even then, Thairo Estrada, he's still, I mean, I would say average. I feel like there's not a lot of bad fielding second baseman. There's just a lot of really good fielding second baseman, so Estrada kind of gets blown out of the water about that. But you're getting good value out of Thairo Estrada and yeah, you can't really complain. I mean, he's a good ball player. Coming in at number 24, we have free agent second baseman Donovan Solano. Solano, he was good last year in 394 at-bats, 111 hits, 5 home runs, 282 batting average, 38 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 110. It was one of his best seasons. He has won a Silver Slugger in the past before in 2020. Does that really count? 2020 stats. I mean, awards, good for you, but I wouldn't be like, yeah, he was a great player back then. It was one of his best seasons for a career average 95 OPS guy to have a 110 OPS. That's really good. The reason he's down this low is because he is 36, and I just don't know how much longer he can keep up with it. I'm sure he'll get a contract, but I'm not going to rank him higher when there's people doing the same things that he's doing and are a lot younger than Donovan Solano. Coming in at number 23, we have Colorado Rockies second baseman Brendan Rodgers. I might be a little bullish on Brendan Rodgers. I love his defense. That man is a defensive wizard. Offensively, in 178 at-bats last season, 46 hits, 4 home runs, 258 batting average, 20 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 80. But he did only play 46 games due to injury. I expect Rodgers to do a lot better this season in a full season. I expect the numbers to go up. And obviously, man, again, he's a defensive wizard. He's already won a Gold Glove, and I expect him to keep it up. So let's hope he does, because, man, I love watching Brendan Rodgers play. Coming in at number 22, we have Los Angeles Angels projected second baseman Luis Rengifo. Rengifo had a great year last year, and 394 at-bats, 104 hits, 16 home runs, 264 batting average, 51 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 111. The problem with me ranking Luis Rengifo any higher is that this has kind of been his best year. He's had some sparks of greatness, but he's always been a below average hitter. He has a career OPS of 89. You have to think how much, that grow in like this year. In 2022, he had an OPS plus of 102, but the season before, he had a 50, the season before that, a 32, and the season before that, an 82. So, I think Rengifo is a great player. I think he has a lot of potential. I just need to see some actual consistent production before I rank him any higher. Coming in at number 21, we have Baltimore Orioles second baseman Jordan Westburg. I might be a little higher on Westburg than most. He played limited time, came up late. 208 at-bats, 54 hits, 3 home runs, 260 batting average, 23 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 100. It's his only season he's played. It's the only time he's played. Why I have him high? I just love. He's got a good glove. I think. For showing this kind of performance in his rookies campaign, getting called up at only age 25. It's actually, when I'm recording this today, it is his birthday. So happy birthday, Jordan Westburg, on February 18th. It won't be out today. Happy birthday, Jordan Westburg. I just realized that. I think he'll be a good player, and I think there's a lot of improvement, and I think I like what I'm seeing. His metrics look good, and I think that'll lead to Jordan Westburg being a top 20 second baseman at worst. Coming in at number 20, we have New York Mets projected second baseman Jeff McNeil. Now, I'm probably harsher on Jeff McNeil than a lot of people, and I can definitely see why people think, Jeff McNeil is probably a top 15, top 10, maybe second baseman either. He'll bounce back, because it seems that's what Jeff McNeil does. He'll have a good year, he'll have a bad year, he'll have a good year, he'll have a bad year. And last year, he had a bad year, and 585 at-bats, 158 hits, 10 home runs, 270 batting average with a 55 RBIs and an OPS plus of 96. When McNeil, batted 326 the season before, he's batted 329 before, and then he just performed like that. He got hot towards the end, because I remember he was batting 240, 250 for the longest time. His power numbers did go up. They were not even close to his 2019 numbers when he hit 23 home runs somehow. But I just don't know if Jeff McNeil's going to come back to that form. I'm a little scared and hesitant, but I could easily be proved wrong on this one. Coming in at number 19 was free agent Whit Merrifield, now the Philadelphia Phillies. Because I started making this video before he was signed, I will still include him in the rankings, but he will be more in depth in the bench bats section, which is where he will line up with the rest of the Phillies roster. So he would come in at number 19 normally, but I just needed him to fill his spot. So Whit Merrifield, number 19. Coming in at number 18, we have Toronto Blue Jays second baseman Davis Schreider. Man, he could be a top 10 second baseman by the end of the next season. Dude, in 116 at-bats, 32 hits, 8 home runs, 276 batting average, 20 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 175. Dude's only 25 years old. He's still young, and he's going to get full playing time this season. This could be... he is a definite contender to win Rookie of the Year. You will see that in my Rookie of the Year video. But man, Davis Schreider did. That's all I have to say. I would rank him higher if he wasn't a rookie, but dude is a beast. Coming in at number 17, we have St. Louis Cardinals second baseman Nolan Gorman. Gorman, man, he was good. He had a good year last year, better than his 2020 campaign. And 406 at-bats, his first full season, 96 hits, 27 home runs, 236 batting average, 76 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 117. I'd like to see the batting average go up a little bit for Nolan Gorman, but his power numbers are great. If his batting average goes up, man is a top 10 second baseman pretty easily. I just need to see a little bit of improvement for Gorman. I think being a power second baseman is a really good ability, I guess. But I think having average is also very important as a second baseman. So you'll see like towards the top, you'll see high power, high average guys besides maybe, or high average guys above power guys. It's just, I think average is more important than power sometimes. Coming in at number 16, we have Minnesota Twins second baseman Edouard Julien. I'm lower on Julien than most people are. I think he's a good player, but I don't see he's not a top 10 second baseman in my eyes. Like MLB is ranking him above Ozzie Albies of all people. But in 338 at bats, 89 hits, 16 home runs, 263 batting average with a 37 RBIs and OPS plus of 130. Like I said, really good stuff. Very much similar to Davis Schneider. That's why I kind of put them pretty close together. But I think that Julien is better. He's been more consistent. He played longer this season. I'm not ready to put him above people who have again been great second basemen for a couple of years now. But Julien, I could definitely see him being a top 10 second baseman, just not right now in my eyes. Coming in at number 15, we have Tampa Bay Rays second baseman Brandon Lowe. Lowe had a down year last year, and he still had a really good year in 377 at-bats, 87 hits, 21 home runs, 231 batting average, 68 RBIs, and OPS plus of 113. He also missed a lot of time with injuries and other sorts of things, but when he did play, his batting average dipped, but his power numbers were relatively good. Besides the 2021 campaign, these were the most home runs he had hit. And again, he only played in 190 games, so that is very impressive. I have him kind of down lower than most people. I think I'm bullish on a lot of people on second base. I think second base is a really tough position to stay consistently at the top at. And there's a lot of young guys that are coming up that are good. But Brandon Lowe could be the best second baseman next year, and I would not be surprised. Coming in at number 14, we have newly acquired Seattle Mariners second baseman Jorge Polanco. Polanco missed some time last year. He only had played in 80 games for, again, a multitude of different reasons. But when he did play, he was relatively good. 302 at-bats, 77 hits, 14 home runs, 255 batting average, 48 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 115. Like I said, when he played, he was really good. He'll be a cheap option for the Mariners, who have been needing second base help. They didn't give up too much, I would say, for Jorge Polanco. But again, that's not really what you're complaining about. You're getting a former All-Star second baseman, someone who can easily be another All-Star, and you're slotting him in a place that is a really big space that the Mariners were needing to be filled. So I think he'll be a good fit. The only thing that I would be scared about with Jorge Polanco is playing on a new team. It's the first team he's played. He's only played with the Twins for 10 years, and now he's on the Mariners. But yeah, Jorge Polanco. Coming in at number 13, we have Oakland A's second baseman Zack Gelof. Now, I am very bullish on Zack Gelof, and I think he is a great young second baseman. And 270 at-bats, 72 hits, 14 home runs, 267 batting average, 32 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 137. I'm genuinely surprised he didn't get any Rookie of the Year votes, but I guess, he only did play 70 games. 70 games. That means he got a hit in at least every game. He was good defensively. He was great defensively. Like, Zack Gelof is really good, and I'm very bullish on him. I think he'll be a very, very bright star for the Oakland A's, soon to be Las Vegas A's, and I think that he could be the Matt Chapman, the Matt Olson that they had a few years back for them. Coming in at number 12, we have Cleveland Guardians second baseman Andrés Giménez. Now, you're wondering, hey, this guy has 5.3 WAR. How is he, 12th in second base? He should be top 5, maybe even the best second baseman. Defensively, the man is a wizard. That is his strong suit. That is what he's great at. Man goes crazy on defense, but offensively, 557 at-bats, 140 hits, 15 home runs, 251 batting average, 62 RBIs, and an OPS plus of only 98. That is where he's lacking. He's just not... He's a good player, and I love Andrés Giménez, but offensively, he could really, really, really improve. Like his numbers in 2022 when he got 6th in MVP voting, yeah, Andrés Giménez was probably one of the best second basemen that played because he was batting 297. He had 17 home runs. Like he was doing better, but he played more games and he did worse this year, and I can't really rank that super high. So I have Andrés Giménez at number 12. If I get yelled at here, I'm totally okay with getting yelled at with putting Andrés Giménez as low. Coming in at number 11, we have Matt McNeil of the Cincinnati Reds. McNeil was amazing last year. 365 at-bats, 106 hits, 16 home runs, 290 batting average, 50 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 129. Dude, like, he was great. If he would have played the entire season, all 162, I think he would have easily been a top 3 for Rookie of the Year, but he could have beat out Corbin Carroll. I wouldn't mind giving it to him. His defense is a lot better. His OPS, his offense is a little bit lower, but man, Matt McNeil was great. And for someone who was like not too highly of a touted prospect, like just seeing him do amazing work, I'm excited to see what Matt McNeil's going to do in a full season. And yeah, he's almost a top 10, but there were 10 other guys better than him. Coming in at number 10, we have Chicago Cubs second baseman Nico Hoerner. Hoerner, man, he was great last year. His offensive numbers weren't the best, in 619 at-bats, 175 hits, 9 home runs, 283 batting average, 68 RBIs, and an OPS plus of only 97. However, man just improved significantly on the field. He won a Gold Glove this year. Dude was just killing it. Nico Hoerner, like, is a better Andrés Giménez. Like, I don't think you can rank Andrés Giménez above Nico Hoerner. I think Nico Hoerner does everything Andrés Giménez does and does it better. So I do like the batting average. If the power numbers went up, Nico Hoerner top 5 could be, but he's definitely a top 10 second baseman without a doubt. Coming in at number 9, we have New York Yankees second baseman Gleyber Torres. Man, he had a great year this year offensively. He was spectacular. In 596 at-bats, 163 hits, 25 home runs, 273 batting average, 68 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 118. One of his best years. It was good to see because he's not had down years per se, but he brought his power numbers up. He was healthier more of the season. Batting average went up, RBIs went up. He was just an overall better player, and it was good to see that kind of production out of Gleyber. I don't expect him to regress. He's been a pretty consistent 115 OPS guy for his entire career, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon. My only concern with Gleyber is the defense, but his defense, he's so good sometimes, and then he's so bad sometimes. It's I guess a product of being on the New York Yankees. Your defense fluctuates a lot. But yeah, Gleyber Torres at number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have Philadelphia Phillies second baseman Bryson Stott. If Nico Hoerner is the better version of Andrés Giménez, then Bryson Stott is the better version of Nico Hoerner. I mean, Bryson Stott, man, was just great offensively, and he should have probably won a Gold Glove defensively. In 585 at-bats last season, he had 164 hits, 15 home runs, 280 batting average, 62 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 104. Those numbers don't really tell you how valuable he is. I mean, you see a 4.3 WAR. A lot of that, it's half and half offense and defense with Bryson Stott, but he was really clutch for the Phillies a lot of times. He had a great hitting streak throughout the middle of the season, and he's only 26. This is only his second year. He's just going to get better with age, and he's not going to. The Phillies are going to have him for the next 5 seasons. I mean, what is there not to love about Bryson Stott? And I can't wait to see where the guy goes. I mean, he's such a good young ball player. Man's going to go far in this world. Coming in at number 7, we have San Diego Padres second baseman Ha-Seong Kim. Kim was, the darling of WAR last year. In 538 at-bats, 140 hits, 17 home runs, 260 batting average, 60 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 110. He stole 38 bags. What can't Ha-Seong Kim do? His defense was stellar. He won a Gold Glove, finished 14th in MVP voting, and for a guy with an OPS plus of 110, like, his offense was good, but he stole a whole bunch of bags, and his defense was amazing. Like, he is great. If he can replicate this next year, he's a top 5 second baseman easily, without a doubt. In my eyes, he's better than most of the people who I put him above. He might not be number 1, but if he can replicate this season, like, oh my god, Ha-Seong Kim was amazing. She's Sabermetrics darling. If there's a Sabermetrics MVP, Ha-Seong Kim is that man. Just wow. Padres have him just wow. And they've got him for he's a free agent after this season with a mutual option 25. I don't think he's going to exercise that if he replicates it. But yeah, I have Ha-Seong Kim at number 7. Coming in at number 6, we have Atlanta Braves second baseman Ozzie Albies. Don't know how Albies was not ranked in the top 10 by MLB of second baseman. Did they just forget? Did he retire? What happened? Ozzie Albies was great last year, and 596 at bats, 167 hits, 33 home runs, 280 batting average, 109 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 124. He was easily his best year. I think he outperformed his 2021 campaign. He finished 16 in MVP voting this year. He was an all-star this year. Albies was just great, and he's going to continue to be great. I don't think you can call Albies overrated anymore, unfortunately, for many NL East fans. And I can't believe, I'm still shocked that they left him off of their top 10 list, considering, they make the list. This is his, they voted for him for MVP. It makes no sense to me. Ozzie Albies is great. He'll probably be a top 5 second baseman, but everyone else I just thought was better. But he'll finish in the top 6, and I don't think anyone's going to argue that. Coming in at number 5, we have Miami Marlins second baseman Luis Arraez. Man, Arraez, he was batting 400 for half the year. The second half kind of declined. Well, not declined. He still was hitting, good numbers, but going from 400 to 354, not like what you want to see. But hey, in 574 at bats, 203 hits, 10 home runs, 354 batting average, 69 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 133, you're gonna take it. It's still really good. But there is a possibility that man gets traded. Marlins are looking like a last-place team. I don't really see him finishing with the Marlins, but he was an all-star. He was 8th in MVP voting, got a Silver Slugger. Man was just really good at what he's supposed to be doing. He even hit, surprisingly, like 10 home runs, which for Arraez is, that's higher than I thought he was gonna do. But yeah, I love Luis Arraez, and I hope for the best for him, but I have to be hesitant here. Average hitters, look at Jeff McNeil, look at everyone like Whit Merrifield. These guys, they go back and forth. It's really weird. Coming in at number 4, we have Arizona Diamondbacks second baseman Ketel Marte. Marte had another great season last year. 569 at-bats, 157 hits, 25 home runs, 276 batting average, 82 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 128. Dude's power numbers went up. His batting average barely dipped from his career averages, and his OPS exploded, stole 8 bags. Surprised he didn't get any MVP votes. He was crazy in the postseason for the Diamondbacks. He was basically their postseason guy. That was him. He carried the Diamondbacks throughout the postseason. Got a hit in every game. Dude was just great, and I expect him to be the same consistent Ketel Marte that is super good year in and year out. This year, I don't think anything's going to be different. He's entering where his prime, really, so he should be even better. But that is to be seen. But Ketel Marte, I can't put number 4. I would rather have him on my team than Luis Arraez, who's hitting 324, because Ketel Marte is just that damn consistent. Coming in at number 3, we have Houston Astros second baseman Jose Altuve. Altuve was injured for most of the season with a hand injury that he sustained during the World Baseball Classic, I believe, but he still played well in 360 at-bats, 112 hits, 17 home runs, 311 batting average, 51 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 151. But he only played 90 games, and he played some time at DH. He didn't exclusively just play second base or pinch hit or whatever. He did spend some time at the DH position, but he's getting old. He's going to be 34 or entering his 34-year-old season. So we'll have to see whether he can stay consistent. He's already had a Hall of Fame career. If the trash can situation doesn't hold him back, which it very much could, it's holding back El Carlos Beltran, and he didn't even do it when he was a player. But that's to be a different video when Jose Altuve retires. But I have Jose Altuve here at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Texas Rangers second baseman Marcus Semien. Semien was fantastic last year. He seems to do this thing where he plays great one year, doesn't play great the next, plays great one year, doesn't play great the next. It's really weird. Just he keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. He's finished MVP three times out of the last 5 years, and this year, for a good reason, 670 at-bats, 185 hits, 29 home runs, 276 batting average, 100 RBIs, and an OPS plus of 122. Gave him 7.4 WAR, stole 14 bases. He played in every single game that the Rangers played, which they played a lot because, again, they won the World Series. I can't tell you how many games they played in the postseason off the top of my head. I could probably check. He played in 2020. He played in 17 games. So he played in 179 games this year. And man, just stayed healthy. He's worth every dollar of that contract that the Rangers gave him. And yeah, him and number 1 are very close, but it kind of just depends on the year they had last year. And coming in at number 1 as the best second baseman in baseball, we have another Dodger, just like the first baseman video. It's Mookie Betts. Mookie was so good last year. If Ronald Acuna Jr. hadn't existed, Mookie would be the MVP. I mean, in 584 at-bats, 179 hits, 39 home runs, 307 batting average, 107 RBIs, 163 OPS plus, stole 14 bags, 8.3 WAR. He played in 152 games. If he played those extra 10 games, he might have won that right. I'm just saying, Mookie, maybe next time be there. He was an all-star. Again, he finished MVP 2, only behind Ronald Acuna Jr., right in front of Freddie Freeman. He was a Silver Slugger. What is there not to like about Mookie? I don't see him replicating this. I could still see him getting MVP votes. He always seems to. He either has been an all-star or gotten MVP votes since 2015, since his first full season. I mean, Mookie is just good. And yeah, I mean, who else you gonna put at number 1? It's gotta be Mookie Betts. There's no one better than Mookie. And that'll do it for the second base video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what I did well. Let me know what I can improve on. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. And yeah, next video is third base, I believe. And so stay tuned to see that. Dodger is in first place on that one. But yeah, peace out, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day and stay awesome.